Hi Aries, this is your August 2020 general tarot forecast. So this is for Aries sun, moon, rising, and Venus signs. It is a general reading, guys, but you can treat it like a love reading if that's what's going on in your life. Certainly if you have your Aries in Venus, I encourage you to watch this. This is really going to speak more to your love life or what you love. Otherwise, treat it as a general reading. So what does Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus need to know for August 2020? That's just for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for August 2020. So we have some water coming up for you. Look at that. Wow. Guys, there could be there could be a reunion here, or the desire for a reunion, or a longing for loving, compassionate communication, and it could rock your world. It could change things up. It could be the cause of you moving, or someone you love moving close to you, or it could be someone traveling. There could be some travel here as well. Very interesting to see that come up for you. So the Queen of Cups there, as well as the Six of Cups. The Queen is really going to speak to a Cancer individual or fourth house energy. So that's really your mother or mothering, intuition, psychic energy. So we have some Scorpio energy here jumping out for you. Wow, a lot of majors for you. Of course, we have strength. We're looking at some Libra. So we have some Scorpio, Libra energy, possibly some people playing a part who are really, this is the card of overkill, the Ten of Swords. Something is just like, something just needs to be over. Also, we're looking at a 10. So a cycle is ending. But very interesting to see here. There could be a legal, if this does have to do with a legal situation for you guys, it looks like it could be coming to an end. Major transformation here, as the author calls the death card, transformation. Excellent word for it. That's really all it is. Energy never dies, right? It just changes forms. So it could be the death of, or the transformation of an old way of thinking or even believing, right? Where swords is sort of mental energy. But then we did see the Libra ruled justice card there as well. So we're looking at some swords energy. And it could be something legal or contractual. Very interesting. Let's see if those show up in your reading today, guys. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, August 2020. Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, August 2020. A couple more jumpers. I will look at these and then I'm going to pull your cards for you. So we have a new opportunity here that could just feel a little bit boring. You know, it is interesting to see the Four of Cups following the Ace of Pentacles here, just because something new that sort of is dropped in your lap, a new person, place, or thing, really ought not to be boring. So it could be that you find it boring, or the other person finds it boring, or it's just not filling, you know, what we saw there with the Six of Cups and the Queen of Cups there. So you could just be looking for something deeper. You could be looking for something that, you know, from a heart space is deeper. All right, guys, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for Aries for August 2020. Let me get your deck cut in 3. We'll pull out your Celtic Cross for you. As always, guys, I am going to pull from the other 4 decks here, the Oracle decks, for additional messages. So we do have Justice. She calls it the Strength card. I know it's a little backwards in this deck. Nonetheless, it is Leo ruled Justice, right? And the other card obviously was Strength. If I called it Justice, forgive me. She just, for some reason, the author of this deck relabeled Strength and Justice backwards. Apparently that was a common thing way hundreds of years ago. But it's a little bit of a mind trap for me sometimes. So forgive me if I screw that up. It is an honest error. But Justice is number 8 is how I can remember. And of course this is Leo, because prior to that is Chariot. Of course that's Cancer. Anyway, Leo energy coming up here and some more Scorpio energy coming up here. We are dealing with a major and a minor arcana. I do find it interesting though to have such intense energies coming out for you. So while you could be dealing with a Scorpio or Leo and or Leo individual, chances are these are just your energies or energies surrounding you. We have some difficult, tricky energy back here. Here's that Ace of Pentacles showing up again. We have some gorgeous Queen Pentacle energy here. It was interesting to see the Four of Cups jump out with the Ace of Pentacles and then see it mirrored here with the Ten of Pentacles. So it could be that you're aware that you could be holding someone back or holding yourself back. Oops, sorry guys. Holding yourself back by not feeling that excited. Remember, the cups are feelings. So, and remember how I said with the Four of Cups there, it was this sense of boredom with this new person, place, or thing. So it looks like you could have changed your position on that, or you could be looking at a new person, place, or thing a little bit differently now and not taking it for granted, for example. We will get into that in detail in just a moment. There could be something to get through here for the last 2 weeks of the month. Whenever we see the Star as your advice card, we're looking at lots of cups for you here, guys. We're looking at some energy that needs to be healed from. Obviously, this follows the Tower, and so a sudden upset. But it doesn't have to be that way. It could just be a sudden realization that you're being helped here or that help is available. Also, remember the Star card is a wish card as well. So your advice card can be considered a wish card. So guys, bottom of the deck energy is some more cups. As I said, we have the Page of Cups here. We have the King, the 10. We had some cups jump out for you at the very beginning. We had the 6, the Queen, and then also accompanying the Ace here, we had the 4. So your feelings are definitely going to be, front and center for you in the month of August. You could be wishing for, yearning for, or needing an intimate or soft conversation with someone. This could have to do with a child. And it could be several things going on at once. Obviously, guys, we have more than one thing going on in our lives. This is a general reading, so, if you want a personal reading, just hire me or hire a tarot reader for a specific question. You'll get a specific answer. But it does look like there is, generally speaking for you Aries out there, it looks like a conversation concerning the heart or a heartfelt conversation. It could have to do with a child of yours, someone's child, a yearning for a child, or someone who's just a water sign or someone who is sensitive, who's younger than you. When we're looking at a page, we're looking at someone who's younger. But, if it's none of those things, for example, what the Page of Cups rather represents is, the ability or the opportunity for you to be emotionally creative here. And like I said, whether this is something that's shared with someone else or this is a letter that you write with your feelings and you keep it to yourself, and you can do that. It looks like something having to do with your heart and how you feel, and getting answers is going to be, could pose a tricky situation for you here. I would source everything yourself. I'm just looking at the 7 and the Page sort of, as you can see here, they're really almost side by side. So there could be some tricky information. You can suss it out with your emotions or with your psychic abilities, as it were, as much as you can. But in order to create, say, sourced or dialogue that includes data, if you're looking at information here, for example, and you need evidence, I would go and look at that yourself. I wouldn't just trust what people are giving you or telling you. Let's get into the central situation here. So Justice is the situation for the month, and then of course what's crossing it is the King of Cups. King of Cups, of course, represents Scorpio. We saw the Death card jump out earlier. We know that this is ruled by the sign of Leo, not the planet Sun, but the sign Leo. So there's 5th house, and then there's 8th house energy represented here. Of course, that's family, and then that's sex, death, and rebirth. So there could be something, and we did see that contract earlier there when we saw the Justice card, which would have, it's supposed to be justice, the number 11 card that jumped out there, also a wish number. So it could have to do with a legal or a contractual battle or concern here regarding family, children, definitely romance, flirting, willpower, that type of thing. But it is sort of deep, heavy energy. You could even be keeping some feelings under wraps, or it's what we would call, under the surface type thing here. Here's your foundation. Very curious to see the Seven of Swords here. This is trickery. This is just trickery, guys. It's whether it's coming from you or someone else, or you're seeing it for yourself, or you're engaged in it or not. I can't say. It's a general reading. All I know is that this is representing the foundation for you in the month of August, and this is tricky gambling information, tricky gambling communication. This is typically someone trying to get away with something. We do have some Capricorn energy up here, sort of mirroring this. This is, of course, crowning. This is the foundation. It could have to do with an investment, but it could have to do with your social status. It could be that you're trying to fool someone, or someone's trying to fool you, or take a gamble with your social status. It could even be your marital status. Queen of Pentacles is someone who is very hands-on. I'm looking at her right now, and I'll look at her in detail in just a moment, but I'm mirroring these two energies right now, as I will with these two in just a moment. But as you can see, all of these are different suits, right? We don't have any, say, Wands energy, which is, of course, fire, which is, of course, your element, until way over here. So really, you're dealing with practicalities and emotions and beliefs and thought process, possibly even communication over here. So it could be that more likely than not, this is happening in and around you, and it's not anything you're technically, physically doing. It's just something that's sort of happening around you. So, I do, whenever I see the Seven of Swords, certainly if I saw it with no other swords energy in the reading, I would say don't be too concerned about this. Watch what you say. Don't take anything at face value. Certainly don't gamble something away that's very, I would say, valuable to you. We're looking at valuables, right? Including your social status. This is your reputation. This could be a business. This could be a business. But the reason why I'm a little bit sketched out is because, I'm looking sort of side-eye here at the Seven of Swords, is because, as you can see right here, it is really somewhat mirroring this situation here with the page where you need more information. We are dealing now with our second page, so there could be children or someone who's just not coming through for you or not giving you enough information. It could just be a younger person. But because the Seven of Swords, being the card of gambling or trickery or trying to get away with something, yes, I understand if you're a tarot reader watching, you may also interpret this as, in its most positive form, as someone who is just, reaching out, willing to take a gamble out into a universe or a world of beliefs and ideas that they haven't been in before, or, they're going off into their own path, and they're breaking ground in their own path. As a pioneer spirit, as a cardinal sign, Aries, that could very well be the case. And yes, I do think it's worthwhile throwing that in there. But I do think it's more important to look at maybe how to manipulate this so that it works for you and you're not taken aback or surprised by someone who could just be. And it could just be a miscommunication. I don't necessarily mean that someone's trying, out to trick you necessarily, but here's where we're looking at research and getting more information, having communication, sourcing data, evidence is really important over here. So that's what I'm looking at that for. Just maybe don't believe everything that's just handed to you. Definitely do your due diligence. Here in our recent past is the Ace of Pentacles. Here's where we're looking at a new person, place, or thing. Aces are always a new opportunity. It's a brand new seed. Something's being planted here. Again, I would just be aware that what you're saying and thinking and communicating is on the up and up, because you really don't want to mess with someone's reputation, particularly if it is yours. I think it is probably worth, supporting. Don't give something up. I'll put it to you this way. Don't have someone say to you, I can make all your dreams come true, and then you go, really? And not even ask for any evidence, and it doesn't even matter who they are, and then just going for it, and then falling down and having them not show up or be there for you. So just make sure you really know who it is you're working with, and make sure that your stability is not about to be rocked here, because literally when I'm seeing the Queen of Pentacles mirroring the Seven of Swords here, I would say that there's a tricky situation about an investment or reputation or even your social status, aka your wealth, okay? So here we have mirroring this Ace of Pentacles over here in your near future is the Ten of Cups. So you do see something positive coming from this, something very positive that's going to affect your emotional world. You do now see this Ace of Pentacles in your recent past as something that is extremely helpful to you and really going to help overflow your heart in a positive direction, in a positive way. I do want to look up 2 pages. We could have some 2-page situations. Of course, a 2-page situation is fun and enjoyment. So there could be something here that is less tricky and more enjoyable. I certainly hope that's the case for you. Here's where we're looking in the position of how you see yourself. And this is someone who, you know, Aries, maybe you just don't feel like you have all the facts or you have all the evidence or information. And like I said, you know, people could be saying things, you could be saying things. And I don't even think, like I said, when I see this 7 of Swords, it's a gamble because, or it's trickery because not everything's known at this time. I don't even think 7 of Swords is necessarily someone who's trying to be a jerk, right? But it could be that with you seeing yourself here as someone who is maybe not having all the information, not having all the evidence, needing more sourcing your information, sourcing where you're getting your information, or even how you're managing this information in your own mind. Just make sure that it is combined with fun and enjoyment here, because we do, like I said, we have these really nice pages. The swords are the most difficult suit, obviously. So something could be playing on your mind here. Don't let that get you down no matter what, guys, because how others see you is a really nice victory here. You're center stage, you deserve everything you've worked for, you are on target, and something is really worked out. Something is evened out, it's smoothed out. We see the 6, right? The 6s are always a really nice balance, a smoothing out. And then you have this gorgeous Empress here. Sorry, I just forgot the position that it was in. Hopes and fears. Wow. And you could just be asking or reminding yourself here. So in terms of a fear, you could just be wondering, am I beautiful enough? Am I attractive enough? Remember, this is goddess energy. And as a hope, you could be saying, because it's in this position, I mean, I'm aware that I'm beautiful. I'm aware that I'm all that. So if you have any fear around this, just put that to rest, because you're dealing with a major and we are dealing with an Empress, and she is overflowing. She does have a lot of mother energy here, nurturing energy, money making. This is abundance energy. I like to use the words abundance and goddess when I look at the Empress card. But this is, you know, it could be, again, it's a general reading, so I don't know what's going on with each and every one of you, but this is more often than not a symbol of, say, a pregnant woman. It's a lot of female sensuality, and it's very, very feminine energy, essentially. But it's someone who can produce. There's production going on here. So whether this is something that you're actually gestating in your own body or otherwise, something that's going to produce some results here. And as you see, there could be a wish fulfillment at the end of it all. We have the Star, which is healing energy, and this is Aquarius ruled. So we're dealing with groups of people here. This is 11th house energy, right? So we went from 10th house here, social status, marital status, family, into, you know, paternity from the father's perspective. And then we're dealing with, you know, 11th house energy here with Aquarius. So you could be dealing with an Aquarius individual at the end of the month, or there could be a hope and fear for you, or you could just be requiring some healing energy at the end of the month for yourself. I would also suggest as well, anytime you see a 4 of Wands, which is not in your reading today, and the Star card, the number 17 in the major, I would go ahead and make a wish. I would make a wish on the production of something that is very, very near and dear to your heart. Here, wow, I'm sure it's sticky and muggy where you are too, so these cards are kind of sticky right now. Let's get out some, wow, oracle cards for you. And then we'll finish up your reading, guys. Nothing really terrible. I don't see anything really difficult in your reading for the month, which is fantastic. I do see you more often than not, or more likely than not, maybe not so convinced of your own, say, mental prowess, or you may feel like you're tricking someone else or someone's tricking you with some ideas or conversation. You're not convinced of it, but I think that you should give yourself a little bit more credit. Obviously, if you feel like you don't have the information and you would like that, or you would like to kick that feeling, you can do something about that. That's the beautiful thing, you know, just by going and doing some research or asking some questions. It's the beautiful thing about these readings, right? You can sort of see what may lay ahead, and then by virtue of that, you can say, oh, I like that, or I don't. I'm going to do something about that. We do have some healing energy here, guys, which is sitting, I've just put right over the star card because that's two peas in a pod. Like I said, the star is the healing energy. But we have friendship down here. This is very curious to see, and I'll tell you more about that in just a moment. Friendship in the Healing with the Angels Oracle isn't necessarily what it sounds like. It sounds like it's just all about friends getting together, but it could be that a friend is leaving your life. And maybe that's around some of this information or conversation here. And some deep transformation, right? I do find when I see the friendship card from that deck, however, it's just no one's worse off for it. No one's really mad. It's just the way it is. People change. All right, guys, so as I said, the healing card I've just put on top of the star because it is literally healing energy. Looking at gathering here, I really do see you gathering information, facts, data, evidence, and you could produce something with it. So keep studying, keep learning. Don't be hard on yourself about not having all the facts or information, particularly if you're starting out with something new or something is new to you. Have, you know, be gentle and have patience with yourself through this process. You're literally learning. Here's the friendship card I was talking about. This is really going to talk about a change or a shift in friendships. It could be someone's leaving or you're leaving a friend's life at this time. We do have, this could be the one, and then calling in your soulmate. We do have some love energy here for you. We did have that. We have the page over here. We had a couple of cups energy. We're at the very, very beginning, jumping up for you. So your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. And then you've already met the romantic partner you seek. Maybe it's just more about you being honest with yourself about what it is you really want and then following through with that, guys. We have soulmates, and then we have breathe over here. So there could be a meditation period for you here, or if you're suffering in any way, definitely meditation could be a helpful situation for you. Going within, finding the answers there. And then soulmates. We have a lot of, if not love, definitely soulmate and commitment energy for you here too. So guys, that is your reading for August. I really hope you enjoyed it. Comment below, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.